Holy Grail.
Hey there, football fans. My name is Derek P. Fields, and welcome to the Gridiron Blitz, where we talk all things Detroit Lions. Before we get started in today's video, be sure to subscribe if you're not a subscriber and personalize your notifications so you won't miss another upload. In today's video, we are going to look at a person who is on the inside of the Lions organization. We as Lions fans, as Lions YouTubers, we kind of look at things from one way. We have our own perception, our own perspective of what the Lions have done in their offseason and in the seasons to come and the seasons past. But today's video, we're going to look at someone, Miss Tori Petry, who is a Lions sideline reporter, and she's very familiar with the Lions organization. She has spent 5 years with them. This will be her 6th year, and we're going to look at some things that she feels that the Lions have gotten better and improved in on this offseason. So let's go.
A head coach that you've gotten to know over the last couple of seasons, some changes in the front office, but you got Matt Patricia running the show. He's got a season under his belt, and he's going around the block here for the second time. What do you think about Coach Patricia?
Yeah, I think that is probably the key thing going into this 2019 season, is that it is Matt Patricia's second year here, and everything around the building seems to feel just a bit more settled this year as compared to this time last year. Matt Patricia was really just getting his bearings last year. He was inheriting a team of players that weren't all quite tailored to his system, but now he's got a year of Bob Quinn working on getting guys for this system that fit exactly what he wants to have and the kind of players that he wants to play. So he has a little bit more tools in his toolbox that fit what Matt Patricia wants to do as a head coach, and the building and the personnel and the players and everybody here is more used to what he wants to do. So there's just a level of comfortability that comes with this second year under Matt Patricia that there maybe wasn't so much as last year when they were really just starting to figure things out and Matt Patricia was experiencing his very first season as a head coach in the league.
But that's the one thing, though, with the big free agent signing that you guys had, Trey Flowers. Matt Patricia knows Trey from his time with the Patriots. I don't think you're really worried about whether he's a scheme fit or not. I think we're pretty certain that Trey Flowers is a scheme fit. So how has he looked so far?
Yeah, I think that is a pretty safe call. And I think another big part of it, too, is culture fit. Now, we haven't really gotten to see Trey Flowers out on the field too much. He has been limited in OTAs and mini camps this summer, so we're hoping to see a little bit more action from him once training camp comes around. But I think that the culture that he brings is a big part of why the Lions wanted to bring him in here as well, because Matt Patricia just has a certain culture that he wants to run. It's why you see him sign guys like Danny Amendola. And it's also why those guys want to come here and play for Matt Patricia, because they like how he operates. They like the program that he runs. They like his personality. They mesh. And when you have that chemistry going, it makes for a better product on the football field. And so looking for that culture fit as well as that scheme fit, particularly on defense with the scheme fit, because of how Matt Patricia likes to move pieces around and have versatile multi-position type of guys, especially along the defensive line and with the linebackers. He likes to have some of those guys be interchangeable. So that's the kind of player that he is looking for. And with Trey Flowers, he just fits right into that defensive line and can kind of do a little bit of everything in terms of an all-around defender and just can make your defense better from every aspect.
Daryl came here with Brad Childress in 06 and was the offensive coordinator through, I believe the 2010 season. And I always had so much respect for him because of the way he could work with a young quarterback that he was trying to develop, like Tavares Jackson, or with a veteran quarterback who he had a good relationship with, like Brett Favre. And we'd have mics on guys on the sideline, and there'd be stuff we couldn't ever use on the website, but you could listen to it. And the way Darrell Bevell could talk to these players, the way he would recall things they did back in 1997 against that team in Week 3, I was so impressed with his knowledge of the game. What do you foresee happening to this offense with Darrell Bevell and his guidance?
I think that the goal with Darrell Bevell, and we've heard this catchphrase word all offseason, is balance. They really want to be more balanced at running the football and opening up the passing game with the way that you run the football. It doesn't mean that they're going to be a run-only offense or that they're just going to ground and pound it the whole time. It means that they want their run game to be so productive that it makes teams bite and open up the passing game. So that is the goal with Darrell Bevell. I think that we're going to see a lot more use of tight ends in this offense as well. It was a position that was so weak for the Lions last year. They really didn't have much going on at tight end at all last year. And this year they have brought in so many guys at the tight end position that it's clear that that is a position that they want to utilize this year. When you draft a tight end in the first round of the NFL draft with TJ Hawkinson, you're going to want to use him this year. And then you bring in a free agent, Jesse James. So tight end is a position that I think we're going to see a lot of in this offense. Maybe some 2 tight end sets. And I think that they're really going to rely on Kerryon Johnson heavily this year and his abilities in the run game. We've seen them switch up a little bit of positions along the offensive line here in the spring training program with Frank Ragnow playing at center rather than at left guard, and just a couple of other positions that they're mixing up and trying out different combinations along the line because they want to have the best line that they can so that they can run the football really well and then protect long enough for Matthew Stafford to get some of those deep shots in there that they open up for. So I think that those things are going to be the emphasis when it comes to what Darrell Bevell wants to do here in Detroit.
Special teams guy, Zach Zenner. So how's my man Zach Zenner doing?
Zach Zenner is definitely a guy that Lions fans love. Ever since he came here and burst onto the scene, his first preseason, Lions fans have loved him. Of course, the Lions re-signed him this offseason, so it's certain that they want him to be a part of what they're doing at the running back position. He certainly has an opportunity to step up this year. Of course, Kerryon Johnson is kind of going to be their go-to guy, but Kerryon and Zach are different kinds of running backs, so I definitely think that Zach Zenner has a role in this offense, and it'll be interesting to see how he does this year because he really had a great finish to 2018.
That was Lions sideline reporter Tori Petry. Now, if you're in the city of Detroit, you are very familiar with Tori Petry. And if you're subscribed to the Detroit Lions YouTube page, you see her a lot. She's all over their social media. If you went down to Taste of Detroit at the Ford Field facility, she was down there as well. She's all over Twitter, any social media regarding the Detroit Lions, she's there. But what she said was some key things. She said that Matt Patricia is in year 2 of his system. He's got guys for his system. That there were certain guys, Darius Slay, who did not buy in and who weren't buying in to that system. But he's in year 2, and it's a lot. What did she say? That the facility and the players are a lot more in tune and relaxed. She also brought up Trey Flowers and it being a culture fit, and why more and more players, especially New England past players, are coming to the city of Detroit. So it's not necessarily that the Detroit Lions are becoming the New England Patriots. We are changing the culture, and I think that these guys that come from New England are guys that Matt Patricia knows. Another thing she talked about is Darrell Bevell and how Darrell Bevell is going to bring balance to the Detroit Lions offense. How we're going to open up the pass by focusing on the run. We're not going to be a run all the time team, but a nice little balance, and that will create those play action passes that defenses hopefully will begin to bite on and open up those passes down the field. And the last thing she mentioned was Mr. Zach Zenner. Now, I love me some Zach Zenner, and there's been a lot of debate on whether or not he'll even make the roster. Now, Tori Petry believes that Zach Zenner will indeed make the roster, which does make sense because the Lions like this guy so much, they brought him back again for another 1-year deal. He really showed his worth in week 10 when Kerryon Johnson went down and he was able to pick up the slack where LeGarrette Blount did not. So that is where Zach has proven his worth at, and the Detroit Lions went and signed him to another 1-year contract. It's looking more and more likely that Mr. Theo Riddick will not be on the Detroit Lions roster when the season starts in September. Anyway, guys, how do you feel about Tori's thoughts? Do you feel that she hit on some points? Was it some things that she missed? Did you like what you heard? I know I did. My name is Derek P. Fields. This is the Gridiron Blitz, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Derek is out. Peace.